Hi students, a very pleasant and warm greetings to you all. Hope you are doing good. Last session we have seen about cut, copy, paste using formulas and about the autofill features, and then we have seen the increment, decrement, generating the series command and all, right? And today we are going to see about editing and formatting worksheets in this OpenOffice Calc, right? OpenOffice Calc means we all have studied that is a spreadsheet, right? Spreadsheet means we have cells in the form of rows and columns, right? So here we are going to see how to insert rows, columns, or a cell, right? First, let's see how to insert a column. Okay, when you insert a column, either it will be inserted in the left side or right side, right? When you insert a column without defining the side, it will be as a default one, it will be inserted in the left side of the current column. Okay, the location of the cell pointer will be in one cell, right? In the left side of that particular cell will have the inserted new column, right? But in this OpenOffice Calc, you can insert a new column anywhere in the worksheet. What you have to do is you have to just mention whether you have to insert it in the right side or left side, right? If you are not mentioning it as default, it will be inserted in the left side of the cell which is active, right? And the steps to insert a column is first you have to select a column where you need a new column to be inserted, right? And then you can right click on the mouse and the selected column, you have to keep the cursor and you have to right click on the selected column name, right? In the top, the column name will be there, right? A, B, C, D, like that, the column name will be there. When you right click on that column name, a pop-up menu will come. From there, you have to select insert column option, right? From that option, the pop-up menu which appears, you have to click on insert columns, okay? And then a new column will be inserted to the left side, okay? And this insert menu will have a sub menu, and from there if you are selecting the column, you will get the column, new column, right? And about inserting rows also, same way, you have to select the row first, and in the row name you have to keep the cursor and right click on it, and from there you have to select insert row, okay? In that row also, same way, here in column we saw that the new column will be displayed in the left side of the active cell, right? Active column. Here, if you see, above the active row, the new row will be inserted, okay? Or you can just go to insert and then you can go to rows also, right? In this way also you can insert a new row, okay? From menu bar, you have to click on insert and select rows from there, okay? And about inserting cells. To insert a new cell between two existing cell, what you have to do is you have to just right click. You have to keep the cursor in one cell and you have to right click on it. And there one pop-up menu will be appearing. From that you have to select insert and insert cells. Okay, here insert cells option will be there. Insert cells you have to open, and then a dialog box will appear. In that dialog box, you will have shift cells down, shift cells right, entire row, entire column. Like that, 4 options will be there. If you can select any one of the option, and then if selecting shift cells down means a new cell will be inserted in the present location and the existing cell will be shifted downwards. Understood? You will be keeping the cursor in one cell, right? That cell will be shifted downwards, and in the place where you kept the cursor, in that place one new cell will be inserted, okay? Or if you click on shift cell right means a new cell will be inserted in the present location and the existing cell will be shifted towards right, right? And about selecting the entire row, if you are selecting entire row or entire column, means it will insert a new row or a new column, right? And how to insert a multiple rows and columns? How will you insert many rows or many columns? To insert this multiple rows and columns also, what you have to do is, in the same way, you will go to insert or insert cells, right? From there, you can just select rows and insert them. Okay, the same way how you saw for one row and one column only, you can insert many rows and many columns. Okay, inserting columns, rows and cells using insert cells in the toolbar. Let's see that. Insert cell floating toolbar is also used to insert cells, rows and columns. Okay, for that you have to go to view and you have to select toolbar and then insert cells. Okay, a small floating toolbar will be appeared on the screen with 4 icons, right? With these 4 icons, you can just insert cells or rows or columns. Okay, here if you see this insert cell toolbar, first one is insert cell down, the next one is insert cell right, and the next one will be insert rows, and the last one is insert columns. Okay, the arrow they have given for insert rows is wrong in your book in page number 131. Just change it. The third box is for insert rows. Okay, and the next one is deleting columns and rows, right? A multiple column or rows, or if you want to delete a single row or column also, it is possible. Okay, a single column or a row can be deleted using the mouse itself. Okay, you have to select that particular row, or if you want to delete a column, you have to select that particular column, and then you have to go to edit and you can select delete cells from the menu bar, or else you can just right click. You have to select the column or the row which you have to delete, and then you can right click on that particular column or in that particular row in that header portion, and you can just choose delete columns, right? Or delete rows from that pop-up menu. Okay, deleting multiple rows and columns, this is you will be selecting one row or one column. In this manner you can just delete it. If you want to delete many rows and many columns, means you can just delete it in this way. You can just select all the rows or all the columns which you have to delete, and then right click on the selected columns, and then you have to choose delete columns or delete rows from the menu, right? Or you can just go to edit and select delete cells also. Okay, next is about formatting worksheet. Okay, formatting data in a cell will give the additional effect to the text. Okay, you can add some effect like changing the font size, font style, or automatic wrapping, or making it bold or italics or underlining and all, right? The data in Calci can be formatted in many ways. Okay, using this formatting icons can be we can just format, right? First, let's see about text formatting. Okay, to make the cell or the in the contents in the cell bold or italics or underlined, or how to if you have to change the font size or style or color of the font, this all will come under this text formatting only. Okay, you can see this text formatting toolbar there. Here, first one is the moving handle, right? The dot is there, right? That is moving handle. And then next one is style, and the next one is font style. Arial is selected as a default one. If you click on the arrow near that Arial, a drop down dialog box will be appearing. A drop down list will be appearing, not a dialog box, it's a drop down list, and from there you can select the font style which you need, right? And the next one is font size. In your book they have given FONT, that is FONT. Okay, in page number 133. As a default one, 10 will be the font size, and if you want to change it, you can just click the arrow near that 10, and a drop down list will be displayed, and from there you can select the particular font size which you need. Okay, and next one, BIU. You know that we have seen in Word itself. Open Office Writer itself we saw. B for bold, I for italic, and U for underline, right? If you want to make a text bold or italics or underline, you have to select the text first and then you can just use that, right? Use this icons. And the next one is for alignment, or that also we saw. And the last one is merge cells. If you want to merge two cells, we'll use this. Okay. And the shortcuts we saw them in the Open Office Writer itself, that they have given in page number 133. Make a note of it. Okay. Next one is about number formatting. Okay. Number formatting means this is used to visually change the format of a numeric content. Okay. These formatting changes are only for visual. That means it does not change its original value. We can say that to display a number as currency form, use this number format currency. Okay, this currency will be used as like this. Here, if you see in this diagram, in this formatting toolbar, first one is currency, and the next one is percentage, and the next one is for standard, and the next one is add decimal and delete decimal. Right? Here, number format means for currency simple, the keyboard shortcut is Control Shift 4. You have to click on Control Shift 4 at the same time. For percentage, you have to click Control Shift 5. Okay. For standard, you have to click Control Shift and 6. Okay. Are you clear the keyboard shortcuts for number format? So today we have seen about number format, text format under formatting worksheet, right? And before that we have seen how to delete a row or a column or multiple rows or a multiple column, right? And we know how to insert rows also. Insert this adding rows, inserting a single row or inserting a single column or inserting multiple rows and columns or inserting a cell. These are all easy, right? You can just select where the particular column or row or the cell has to be displayed, and you can just right click on it and you can just insert rows or insert columns or insert cells, right? If it is single also, if it is multiple also, you can just do it in this way, right? Are you clear about this inserting and deleting this rows, cells and columns? And we have seen the formatting worksheet also. And now we are going to start, or we are going to see the introduction of working with functions and charts in this OpenOffice Calc, right? Here we have, we can insert functions into this worksheet. Okay, function means we all know it is a predefined formula which is available in a particular program, that is functions, right? Here this is OpenOffice Calc. This OpenOffice Calc has more than 350 functions under 11 categories. Okay, this is a predefined formula which is available already with this Calc. Okay, these are used to perform several frequently done calculations. Okay, every functions will have a unique name and a prototype. These functions are divided, or that is categorized according to their function. Okay, for example, if you see, if there is a sum, average, sine, cos, etc., means that is categorized as mathematical functions. Okay, let's see how to insert functions into the worksheet. Function can be inserted either by direct insert method or using the function wizard method. Okay, direct insert method means here we saw two methods, right? Direct insert method and using function wizard method. From that name itself, we can know direct insert method. Direct insert method means if you know the function name and the syntax, it can be directly typed in the cell of the worksheet, right? This is like the formula only. If you want to get a total, or if you want to add up something, you can just use sum of and the particular range inside the bracket, and which range you are giving inside the bracket will be added together and it will be displayed in that particular cell, right? If you want, we'll see an example. If you want to add from A1, A2, A3, A4 means you can just use this function. A function always will start with an equal to, right? So we'll start with equal to, and then you have to use the proper function name there. That is sum, right? Sum, and then the arguments must be given inside the bracket. Okay, this is the syntax, is equal to sum of A1 colon A4, and then after typing that you have to press enter key. Okay, so the equal to equal sign first, and then the function name, and then inside the bracket function arguments. Function arguments means you have to give the first cell and the last cell separated by colon. Okay, and next type is using function wizard method. Function wizard method means a function can be inserted using this function wizard method. That is a dialog box that provides the step-by-step procedure to insert a function. Okay, here it can be done by clicking the function wizard icon on the formula bar. Okay, here, or you can just go to insert, and then you can select function, or the shortcut key for that is Control F2. Okay, here if you see this function category will have a drop down list box. This function wizard will have two tabs, right? First, let's see about this function tab. This function tab will have a list of categories which are available in the drop down list box. Okay, in this CalC, the functions categorized here are of 11 types. Okay, they are database, date and time, financial, information, logical, mathematical, array, statistical, spreadsheet, text and add-in. I'll say it again. Database, date and time, financial, information, logical, mathematical, array, statistical, spreadsheet, text and add-in. Here, if you see this diagram, the function category list box is mentioned there, and mathematical is selected there. Okay. Here, the list of functions will be displayed in the below, and power is there, right? Power means it is a function name, and for power, we have to give the function name with arguments. Okay. The short description about the function is given here. Return A exponential B. That means a base a raised to the power of exponent b. Okay, the function result, for that there is a tab, and next option is there, right, in this function wizard. And here, if you see, if you select any particular category, the function list box will show the function which belongs to that selected category. Okay, if all is selected under category all function in this CalC, this will be displayed in the alphabetical order. Okay, here you can see it is displayed in the alphabetical order, right? Next is about inserting a function using function wizard, that is with the cell reference. Okay, this power of function is in a cell, right? This power of function means this is a function which is used to calculate the power of an exponent value of a number. Okay, this function is categorized as mathematical function. There are two inputs which are needed to find the power value of a number. They are base value and exponent value, right? For example, if you see, to find the value of 25, the power will be the power of 2 means the 25 is the base value and 2 is the exponent value. So the syntax is power, first you have to give the equal to, right? Equal to power of and base exponent, right? Here both the base and exponent are arguments only. Arguments will be separated with semicolon. Okay. Then it's about inserting power. How will you insert? First you have to click type the cell type, right? You have to, in a cell you have to A2 type. In cell A2 type the base value 25, and in cell B2 type the exponent value 2. If you are typing the base value and exponent value in one cell, in each cells, then you have to move the pointer to C2 in which you want the result. You have to click the function icon, right? Function icon from the formula bar, or you can choose insert and you can select functions, or you can just click on control key and F2 key, okay? And pull down category list box will be there. From there you have to select mathematical. All the functions under this mathematics will be displayed here in this function list box, okay? From here you have to scroll the functions and you can select power, okay? In this power, the function wizard will show the description about the selected. That power means the description of the power in the right side of the dialog box, and then you can click next command, okay? Here you have to click on the cell which contains the base value, and now the minimized wizard shows the cell address you have selected, right? And next one is you have to click the maximize button to display the full wizard. Now the function wizard will appear like this, okay? And the next step is directly you have to type the cell address which contains the exponent, right, in this exponent box. Or you can just do this. You have to click the next button and then you can just click the cell which contains that value, and again you can just click the maximize button to display the full wizard, right? And after entering this base and component cell references, this function wizard appears like this, okay? Here and inside this formula box they have given equal to power of A2 colon B2, right? So that is the formula, and the result will be appearing in the top, the right side of they have written formula, right? The formula is displayed here, and in the right side result, and inside that box the result of the formula will be displayed, right? If the result is correct, you have to click on OK, or else you can just go to back and you can display the previous page of the wizard, okay? That's all about inserting a function using this cell reference, okay? Next we are going to see how to insert a function using direct values, okay? In the previous example we saw that cell address are used for getting the base value, exponent value and all. Here directly values can be inserted uh, instead of using this cell address or the cell reference, okay? To find this, we'll get the same result there also, right? But in this case the type you have to type the base and exponent value instead of the cell address, okay? The function wizard will display the result in the current cell itself, right? Here in this diagram if you see, you will get the clear idea. See here you are just giving in the formula box, you are giving, you have selected here in the category mathematical, and in the functions you are selecting power, and here base and exponent, that column is there itself you are typing the value 25 and 2. So the formula is coming here, formula is displayed in the formula box, that is equal to power of 25 colon 2, right? That is the formula, and the result will be displayed in the right side of the formula, right? This is the last step. So next is not enabled, and if that answer is wrong or if anything is wrong, you can just go to back, okay? That's all for today. So today we have seen about formula wizard with direct values and also cell reference also, right? And tomorrow we'll see about working with charts in this OpenOffice Calc, okay? If you can, you just try this out in your laptop or computer or in your mobile, right? You can download the spreadsheet and you just try this, okay? Tomorrow we'll see the next working with charts. Thank you for your valuable time. Stay home, stay safe, take care, bye.